What's going on, everybody? So I recorded the games before this video, but I want to walk you guys through the deck that I'm playing in this video. It's Outcast, Aggro Demon Hunter, and you're going to see two games. In the first game, I was not running I-Beam. That's a weird sound. I-Beam. I was running Glavebound, and I think that was a subpar card to run. You're going to actually see kind of why in the video. So in the second part of the video, we switch it out for the I-Beam, and we also switch our hero portrait from the bad Illidan, boo, to the really good Arana portrait. But the idea of this deck is you run the new really good aggressive card, Redeemed Paraiah, 2-mana, 2/3. Those are some juicy stats. After you play an Outcast card, gain +1/+1. We also have another really well-statted minion in Line Hopper. Your Outcast cards cost 1 less. It should be noted that the Outcast cards don't have to activate their Outcast effect for these cards to activate. If I play Consume Magic from the middle of my hand, it's still going to cost 1 less and buff Paraiah. But we run some Cycle. We run, obviously, Consume Magic. We run Spectral Sight. We run the new weapon, Dreadlord's Bite, and I-Beam, which are all Outcast cards. Skull of Gul'dan is an Outcast card. And we have finishers with Kayn and Altruis. One thing I do think about this Aggro Demon Hunter in general is that it really loses its gas into the late game, which you'll see with the first game, and a little less so when it's able to cycle pretty consistently like you'll see with the second game. So guys, enjoy the video, and I will see you later. Have a good one. I don't like that the first sound out of my mouth was What's going on, everybody? We are playing some Outcast Aggro Demon Hunter today. So the idea with this deck, and I should have a intro to this. The idea of this deck is that you run 2 new cards, Redeem Paraiah, and we're going to play the 1/2 this turn. Redeemed Paraiah and Line Cutter. And you run the Outcast cards that are good, and then you win the game, essentially. That's not how it works, but it's an aggressive deck that's what it kind of wants to do to curve out. I'm going to play the Demonic Companion. Unfortunately, this board will just get hard cleared by Bladestorm. I don't know what to expect from Warrior. It's still day 3 of the expansion. I'm not entirely sure what is going on. Okay, so the board gets cleared anyways. Doesn't matter. Redeemed Paraiah off the top would be awesome. I didn't. I got some draw, so I'm going to play the draw 2. So we got Kayn, and there's Line Hopper. Line Hopper's going to be good next turn to discount the Crimson Sigil Runner. Unfortunately, we didn't get the good card being Redeemed Paraiah. And it looks like they might just out-control us, which sucks. So we do need to draw some cards. A 3/4 is also just some juicy stat lines. So we're going to play the juicy stat lines. Draw a card. And we're not going to play Battle Fiend. We'll play Battle Fiend this turn, just to get some stuff out on the board. This looks like a Control Warrior, or it could be that OTK ETC Warrior. But I feel like our start was just so bad. It's also the first game I played today, so we'll see what he does. He has a handful of cards, and with 4 mana and the ability to trade with a weapon. So, unsure. Skull of Gul'dan off the top would be amazing. I don't see this surviving. Paraiah right now would actually be bad too, because it wouldn't get any benefit, right? For 3 Livewire Lance? Yeah, cool. So they can't do anything with that this turn, which is fine. Skull of Gul'dan off the top is great. Let's go. So we can buff our mans twice. Buffing our mans seems good. Hey, he has a good voice line. Unfortunately, still no Paraiah. We have a bunch of damage next turn, though, especially if they play a taunt. We outcast it, right? I'm just, like, so on point with those. Ugh. Don't play armor, made to fit. I sigh, but I played that combo so much. So, what I think happens here is we silence the 1-3. Okay. Okay. We silence the 1-4. Oh, don't shield. Are you kidding me? So we still Sigil Runner, because drawing is good. Yeah, there's Paraiah. So we're not going to play Paraiah this turn. No, we can't actually. Actually, we probably shouldn't play Paraiah now. I miscounted there. And Dreadlord's Bite is very good. It helps keep this out of range of just an attack. But he draws 2 cards off of Kane. From our hand, we have 4, 8, 11 damage. This is such a good card, especially if he comes down early. Turn 6 is a little late. You can only push 3 into it, though. Okay, that's fine. Taking damage is still fine, as long as they take damage, right? Okay. So I think we have to set up a few turn lethal here. So how do we would like to keep this alive, but we're not going to be able to. So we push 7 here. 11 here. We can't set up lethal next turn with that though, right? Like 7. So it ends up being 11. He's at 8. And this is only 4. 5. So how do we want to go about this? I think this turn we're just pushing 8. Hoping that survives, which it doesn't. He's just getting so much benefit off of this Snap Hagel, dude. Yeah. So we're just kind of hoping they don't get a ton of armor. That's some armor, which we don't want them to get. I feel like this... Okay, that's probably too much armor. I feel like this deck still has some of the issues that old Demon Hunter had. You don't have a ton of value in the late game. And I don't think these Glaive-Bound Adepts should actually be in the deck. I think they should be I-Beams. But we'll see what happens. Okay. So we're going to clear that. Send some more damage face. Summon a 6-4, but we'll kill off the 1-3. Killing off the 1-3 seems good. And then from hand, we have a total of 7... 8, 9. So we have them down to 8. It just depends like what they have. And if they can clear this. I mean, that's probably a brawl. Yeah. So we want the 6-4 to survive. It's a 1 and 4. Okay, we got the 1-1 to survive. Thank goodness. So, Skull will go off the top. Great draw. Spectral Sights. Sigil Runner we don't have any more of in the deck, so it's Spectral Sight or Skull would be ideal draws. And they are at 18, I think. We have Altruist in this deck too. Linehopper is not a card we want. We're going to play it because it's a body, but I'm pretty sure it just... I'm 95% sure that dies. So we're kind of waiting for a Skull Altruist turn. Galakron being burned is not bad. But, I mean, they have to kill this, which, look at the amount of cards in their hand. Bladestorm. And then a 2-5 a Taunt. So, Skull of Gul'dan's the card we need. Not all my calls are that great, unfortunately. So, we need to switch out for the I-Beam. So we did two very important things. We swapped our hero portrait for the good hero, and we swapped out Glavebound Adept for I-Beam, which I think we're going to keep, right? We get rid of this, keep I-Beam, keep the 1-2. Hope we get the Paraiah, but not guaranteed. Another 1-2 is good though, so we'll play the one on the left first to get the I-Beam discounted. Aggro Demon Hunter just still feels... Oh, it's Cthulhu Rogue! Aggro Demon Hunter still just feels like it loses in the late game so quickly. And I don't know what way there is to counteract that besides giving it better cards, but it already has good cards, so that's fine. We knew that usually dies to backstab anyways. Paraiah off the top would be an absolutely amazing draw. Still would be an absolutely amazing draw. I just also think that the people have really learned how to counteract Aggro Demon Hunter. That's not a... it's not what I was hoping for. I am actually going to kill one of these with the I-Beam and cycle the draw so we can get the draw to the other side. Partially so they have to use their face to trade into this. So we're going to draw 3 cards next turn, which is good. Drawing cards is always good, especially in Demon Hunter when you want to get to those good cards. Ideally, you get Paraiah in the mulligan. Now, what if they don't kill this? It's unlikely that that doesn't happen, but what do we do? Yeah, they're trading right into it. That's fine. That's kind of what we wanted. Our big turns are not with the Battle Friend. They're with a Paraiah. I kind of like playing... That's going to be cycled. It's going to be moved over pretty easily. Umberwing is actually pretty good too. We can always draw next turn in silence if we need to, and play the Umberwing this turn. This is a better board state than just playing the Dreadlord's Bite. Still want the Paraiah, though. Linehopper would be a good card, too. This deck, with a bunch of Outcasts, it feels like that game Slay the Spire quite a bit. If this is Edwin requesting, we just silence it. Deck of Lunacy. Oh, let's go for the memes. I actually don't know how many spells are in this rogue deck. Also, Cthulhu is just deactivated now, but I mean... that's how they win this game anyways. That's a pretty good hack at the scheme. So we're going to be real salty for losing Deck of Lunacy. Unless they have all 5... Okay, they don't have all 4. I was going to say, it'd be really funny if they had all 4 Cthulhu pieces, but that's not possible. So we're just going to attack and resummon some more. Is this isn't Spell Rogue. That doesn't make any sense because Lunacy is not a rogue card. It's a mage card. But maybe that's what. Maybe the only minis that run are Wand Thieves, and their goal is to just get. It's not anymore. I was gonna say just like spells only into. So we're gonna clear this with the Dreadlord's Bite. I was gonna say their deck is just spells, and they run Wand Thieves in hope of getting Deck of Lunacy. Altruist is really good here too. What can we do here? We can only do Altruist once. We're just gonna silence something to get Deathlord's Bite active. Clear some of their board. Then go face for 4. So yeah, so I don't know what to expect now. I like the new meta though. I've been liking every deck. This kind of feels like, especially early on, it feels like there's not a ton of decks to play, like Soul Demon Hunter, Corrupt Warlock in some capacity, and Clown Druid seem like the big early decks that people want to play, which makes sense. They're all pretty good decks. So I can't play Altruist this turn with a board clear, unfortunately. I mean, we can do a lot of stuff, but we don't know what we're gonna cycle into. So we should probably just cycle then. Okay, Sigil Runner. Where were you 7 seconds ago? So this turn, we're not going to really do much. I think we're just going to go face. We're keeping Kane in. I'm going to play 1 second slice. So that gets into the side of my hand too. So now I don't need to worry about twin slice being over here. That way Altruist gets a little better. And they're not really pressuring me too much right now. I think we're actually pressuring them more. Skull Gul'dan off the top would be phenomenal. Okay, we didn't. We actually got a really good card though. Let's just go face. Going face seems good. Because next turn they're dead with Kane if they don't heal. But they have a bunch of random spells in their deck, which could be lifesteal, which could heal them. But they have to kill this without taking 4 damage with their face, which isn't impossible. Okay, we win. GG. I'm really glad we got that twin slice to where we needed to. I don't think I-Beam won that game, but I think it was better than drawing a Glade Bound randomly.